Moving on directly to the next shoe, and that is another Air Force One in the black box, which means that it's a premium version. Man, it's no sticker on it, and I already packed up the other one, so I think it's $110. I think it's $110. I'm not sure about that, so I'm not sure about the SRP on this one, but this is the women's Air Force One Jester 20. It's funny, I don't even think they need to put women's there because the Jester, I think, is only made for women. But I guess just to clarify that it is a women's shoe. Jester 20, the color is white, game royal. The style code is AO1220-104. Like I said, the SRP, I think it's 110. I may be wrong about that. The 9.5, women's 9.5 is 191-885-876-641. There's a 14 at the end. Not a whole lot going on with the box. We know it's just a traditional black Air Force One box, and we have a QC sticker and a QC stamp. And our QC stamp reads QC80K, and then our sticker is a little bit funny, but I'm going to go with the numbers 52818 and 8. 52818. So 52818. Now, what's different about this Air Force One? We got to get a look at it real quick, but let's get to the size label and give that to you too. 2118 to 42618. 42618, 528, basically 4 weeks. All the shoes are pretty much, 4 weeks. Now, Jester, you always tend to think that a Jester is a more playful version of a shoe because of the word Jester. That's kind of like straight out. In the women's shoes, they don't have Nike Air on the insole. They usually have this, engineered for all day, everyday comfort. And the reason they put that is because the outsole, unlike the men's shoes, these outsoles are lunar line. So they're extremely light, not heavy shoes, although they looked, really stacked and big outsole. It's a really light shoe. And you get a couple of really playful kind of things happening here with the swoosh going all the way down onto the midsole of the shoe. You see how that swoosh is? And then if I move this up a little bit closer, you'll see the stitching or the holes, the perforations for the swoosh above it. So you have basically like a ghost swoosh, and then you have this blue swoosh that's going down onto the midsole, which is glued and stitched. Actually, it's stitched onto the midsole. Man, that's complex. That can't be stitched. It's got to be glued on. Yeah, I think it's glued on. It's stitched in some places. It's stitched where you have the Nike Air, which is typically on the tongue of the shoe. It's not on the shoe. It's at the heel of the shoe. And then if you look at the off-center, Nike Air at the back, and then the rest of the shoe up towards the collar, Nike Air is not there. So you have a really playful look. And then here you have the swoosh going up. Now let me see if you have that ghost image of the swoosh. And you still have that kind of ghost image with the perforation right there as well. So it's an intriguing looking shoe with this extra layer around the outsole of leather. And then you have the traditional toe box, but it's folded over. So it gives you a better looking line. And then you have your just white Dubré right there. But that is the shoe. I'll put these together and give you a good 360 real quick. And you'll be like, yeah, I like that. I think I'll buy those. For the ladies, it's a nice shoe. Had a long kind of conversation back and forth on LinkedIn about women's footwear. And a lot of people have been tossing around that the brands have typically been doing, pink it and shrink it. And I was like, I don't see that many pink shoes around. If anything, they simply just aren't making enough women's shoes. And now that they've kind of adjusted it and they're making more shoes, it's up to the ladies to start buying these joints and not let them start going on sale. These are also hitting the clearance store, which means they may start getting RTV'd from Foot Locker soon, which means that the ladies aren't buying them. Well, that should tell Nike not to make them anymore, right? I don't know. We'll see. It's an interesting thing, man, if you're in marketing or if you are in shoe sales. You have a store or something like that to pay attention to exactly what's going on with the women's market. But that's it for the Jester. Moving on to the mesh, we're going to hold off on doing the Yeezy, and I'm going to go to another low top shoe right now.